Hey, calling all sun lovers. If you love to do your exercise outside and you're a woman who's in menopause or beyond, or you've lost significant amount of weight and you wonder what to do with all that loose skin, today I'm talking about one of the most frequently asked questions, and that is, how do I get rid of crepey skin? First of all, let's define it. What is crepey skin? What am I talking about? So crepey skin really is that skin that shows age. We start realizing, oh my gosh, it's happening to me too. When skin gets thin and shows its wrinkles much more easily. So it's basically frailty of the skin, kind of like frailty of your muscle. And it's thinner, it's showing, so décolleté is one of the first places I noticed it. But other women have asked me about their arms, upper arms, or around their knees. So there's no discriminating. So wherever you might be seeing it, underneath the eyes is another place. But what do we do about it is the question. So first of all, what's the reason for crepey skin? During and after menopause, when estrogen goes down, estrogen is responsible for hydration, supporting the skin and its elasticity. And when we lose that and we lose collagen production, that's when skin starts to hint at our age just a little bit more. But of course, for those of you who, like me, are maybe ex-lifeguards who never die, supposedly, but we do get skin damage. If you thought it would never catch up with you, like me, it does. So here's the impact of all that sun exposure. So I love to walk, I love to swim, I love to bike, anything I can do outdoors and move, I'd love to. Sometimes I'll haul my dumbbells out to the patio, sun exposure. But those UV rays actually do a lot of damage to our skin. They're the ones that cause problems. But it's not just that, it's actually incidental in and out of our car, in and out of the house to go to the mailbox, walking the dog, just even for 10 minutes, or driving in a car. That exposure through one window still can cause sun damage. Here's why this year, this is really an important topic. In relationship with my exercise, you know, I love to be outdoors for hours every day if I possibly can, but I also find that my years of being a lifeguard are catching up with me. And this year I had a little precancerous mole, and it was enough to hear that C word in precancerous to get my attention. So I'm taking skincare and sun protection a little bit more seriously. I'm, number one, trying to prevent further damage, of course, and really cautious, covering up just a little bit more with clothing, but that's not always possible. It's not always smart because you want your sweat to evaporate by being exposed to the air. So it's really smart to do both and always wear skin protection. I right now have some favorites I'm putting on my face, my lips, even my scalp, and on my body. So particularly anything facing the sun. If I'm going hiking, that's really important. If I'm going for a swim, I'm covering everything. Because of that, I got hyper aware of what I was doing for SPF. And in 40 years in my adult life, I've never found an SPF product that I liked until now. So I am hyper vigilant with wearing SPF every single day on my face. In fact, I found one that not only can I just tolerate, I love it. I like it better than wearing foundation. So I get tinted. You can't really tell if it's foundation or it's not. Gives me just enough color that I can wear it anytime I want to, and yet not feel like I cannot wait to wash my face, which is how I feel when I wear foundation. I won't stop using it. So that's one thing. I'm also putting it on my scalp. More about that a little bit later. To protect my head, I wear a visor, not a cap, and just a personal preference, but it matters. You're exposing your scalp far more of the time, and I happen to have very light colored hair these days. So let's talk about how we combat crepey skin. So number one, let's come back first of all to exercise. Another reason for you to fall in love with resistance training is this. Resistance training has actually been proven, not yoga, not HIIT, not even walking, but resistance training has been proven to thicken the skin. So, twofold. the appearance of cellulite, but also the appearance of this crepey skin will be far reduced if we thicken the skin through the exercise. You also want to hydrate from the inside out. We need to do that anyway while we're exercising, but making sure you're drinking plenty of water during the day, getting those watery fruits and vegetables in. So eat the rainbow, another reason to fall in love with that as well. But we want to make sure that what we're doing is basically plumping up the skin, and you can do that with your products as well. Here's how you do it with your products. You want to use moisturizers and lotions with hyaluronic acid in them. So we've heard so much about that really recently, right? So what that does is basically takes the moisture and locks it in and seals it in. It's kind of the difference between living in a humid climate and living in a dry climate. I think I may need to relocate. You also want to include collagen boosting ingredients in your lotion. So look for things like peptides, retinols, and vitamin C in your lotions to actually help. What they do is basically help your body do the collagen production that declines when we lose that estrogen and we're aging just a little bit more. And UVA rays, remember, not helpful. Apply sunscreen every day. So that's my mantra. Let my mistake be yours. I just got chills. So I still am a sun lover. I walked outside today. There's not a cloud in the Arizona sky. I'm still gonna do that, but I'm just gonna do it smarter. And there's a lot of good things that we get from the sun. Vitamin D, the exposure in our eyes, helping us sleep better at night, but make sure that you're smart. Another thing you can do is exfoliate regularly. So I don't know about you, I like a good scrub or just a dry brushing before I jump in the shower. And all of that helps to slough off some of the dry skin so that when you do shower and then put moisture on, sealing that moisture in your body with lotion, you're actually retaining it and keeping it a little bit better. All that will help. You also want to get healthy fats in your diet. So get enough healthy fats in your diet. If you're cutting out on things, make sure you're not skimping on your fat because your face will tell you. Avocados, nuts, seeds, healthy fatty fish like salmon, great sources of omega-3s, and those actually also help retain moisture and plump up the skin. And then if you like to go all the way, consider getting non-invasive laser treatments like Fraxel. You can do micro needling, and those are very little downtime if you really want to go a little bit deeper and penetrate, but probably well worth it. I've done both. Haven't done them for a long time and probably do. I'm using something from OneSkin called OS1, and the OS1 body is fantastic for locking moisture in. This is like out of a shower, not if you're going to be in the skin. Why is it perfect for crepey skin? It's got a peptide in it that is extremely unique. Crepey skin is often a result of a weakened skin barrier. So remember that thinning skin that we all get. This OS1 works to strengthen that barrier. So a little bit like picking up a weight strengthens your muscle, this peptide OS1 strengthens your skin. One of the biggest causes of that crepey skin is because it's dry. You know that when you're sitting around, you get up in the morning sometimes and your skin is a little bit more dry. It just looks older to you. Using the OS1 locks in that moisture and helps really moisturize, not just superficially, but stays with you a little bit longer. Loss of elasticity, just, it doesn't bounce back anymore, is really a hallmark of that crepey skin. The OS1 peptide actually helps that collagen boosting production so that we regain some of that elasticity. Look, crepey skin is probably a natural part of aging we're all gonna have to deal with at least a little. And if you have lost weight and that is part of the reason for your crepey skin, go you. It is well worth it. Tolerate that a little bit because what you just did is life-saving. But know that we can take as good a care as possible of our skin and reduce that appearance of crepey skin. There's a special offer for you if you want to try my favorite product. You can go to oneskin.co/flipping50 and use code flipping50 for 15% off your first order. Look, if you have a question, ask me in the comments my favorite products. I'll tell you everything that I'm using. Warning, You're going to love it.